Are you serious? Are you serious? Here we go again. But this time, it's not just a collusion. This is not just Russian collusion confusion. This is Russian collusion
This time,
with China.
it's not just a
Are you
collusion.
serious? With China. This is very serious. Welcome, everybody. This is the Coming Apocalypse YouTube version. I'm Pastor Paul Begley. We had a big day yesterday, of course, with a lot of things happening. Unfortunately, and our hearts are still going out to the families in Texas. 19 children are dead. 2 adults are dead. The grandmother of Salvador Ramos is clinging to life in intensive care in the hospital. We had reports that he had shot and killed his grandmother first. He did shoot his grandmother, and she is barely clinging to life at the hospital, at the same hospital where students are also being treated. Now, 19 students are dead, but there are still some in critical condition. We don't know exactly how many, but this is a very serious thing, and it's sickening. But this is what we mean. This is why we did that webinar, Overcoming Evil, because we are living in the days of evil, especially the slaughter of the innocent. And certainly these fourth graders in this elementary school would be innocent. It's just unbelievable. Let me put a shout out right now, if I could, for www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. And where did I go with my information on ketowithpaul.com? Did I just lose it all? No, but wait, there's more. I have not lost it. Anyway, ketowithpaul.com. You see, look, help melt body fat away with this special keto powder. You go to www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. Now, BioTrust makes this product. It is great. They take the ingredients, the best ingredients from the keto diet, put it in powder form, and you take 1 scoop every morning in your smoothie. And you know, as you're cutting back, you're still getting the best nutrients and vitamins from this diet. Now, check this out. Countless Americans struggle every day, and I'm one of them, okay, with managing their weight. If you're like most, you notice that it was easier to stay lean back when you was around 20 years old. But why is that? Well, the answer is real simple. Your body's metabolism starts slowing down, guys, by as much as 4% every decade. So, and how do we combat this genetic pitfall? I'm personally, guys, a very huge fan of the keto diet. My daughter-in-law actually keeps the keto diet and looks great. But not all of us can stick to the sticks and weeds, guys. Not all of us can just eat just sticks and weeds. So we need a little help, and this will help you. Save 51%. Get this product right now. Just go to www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. You'll be glad you did that, and you'll be making a move to further your health. All right. Well, so you know the story, right? You guys know the story. We're dealing with China and Russia here. And while Joe Biden was in Japan yesterday, the Russians and the Chinese teamed up together and flew nuclear bombers together in that very, very close to President Biden over in that region. They were definitely sending him a message that they're working together, that they are actually allies. They're even pulling out the nukes, the nuclear planes and the nuke drill, and it's just unbelievable what's going on there. But this is the days we live in, guys. This is the time we're in, where it's World War III. It's a soft enter into the war. It's very similar to World War II, when Hitler was making his moves. He kept going around trying to create allies like Mussolini over in Italy, and he found other allies. And so that when he started to make his move to take all of Europe, he had some other backup plans. Now, the only thing he miscalculated was the hand of God and the Allied forces. Although the Allied forces were beat, France was beat, Britain was beat, Luxembourg was taken, France was overrun. Look, Russia was being beat back. Poland, everybody in that Europe was a mess. And the only thing he didn't count on was the hand of God and the United States military to make an incredible response to win this war. I don't know if the leadership then is the leadership we have now. I don't feel like it is. And I'm afraid that and China wasn't an ally of Germany back then. You're talking Russia and China teaming up with some smaller countries that'll help out, like Belarus, and there'll be some others that'll jump in because they'll feel like Russia might be going to win this thing. So some people will jump in, and who knows who all will. So, but we're sensing and seeing some of the very similar things, which is very disturbing to me, because it really, I mean, folks, it really, really is. Now, China and Russia flew nuclear-capable bombers yesterday in a joint military drill that came as President Biden is in Japan. That was according to a senior administration official, has confirmed that. That is not good, okay? Now, we know that President Biden had made a statement on Monday. President Joe Biden said Monday that the United States would intervene militarily if China attempts to take Taiwan by force, a warning that appeared to deviate from the deliberate, maybe even create deliberate confusion, because the White House later came back and tried to walk it back. The White House insists that there was no policy change in that China and Taiwan, okay? But then, but Biden said he would respond militarily if China attacked Taiwan. So, okay, yesterday, what happens? China and Russia fly warplanes in military drill during Biden's trip to Japan. But those warplanes were not just warplanes. They were nuke bombers capable of nuking, China and Russia flew nuclear-capable bombers in a joint military drill that came as President Biden was in Japan. Now, it was just a drill. It's a drill. But tell me the last time you heard of Russia and China flying nuke planes together. We've looked back, we can't find, they've done drills together, but very rarely, very, very rarely. This was a show of force against the United States and the Allied forces. This was an absolute backing by China of Russia to send a clear message militarily that China would support Russia. And is supporting, okay? And they did it while Biden was in the region. So this was a clear message of what they're doing. So this guys, and here, let me share with you a little more on this, because here's what also is being reported, that China and Russia fly warplanes and military drill during Biden's trip to Japan. But China and Russia flew these nuclear-capable bombers yesterday in a joint military drill that came as President Biden was in Japan. And that was according to senior administration officials confirming this. But the exercise demonstrated that Beijing is continuing its military cooperation with Moscow in the Indo-Pacific, even as Russia continues to conduct a brutal war against Ukraine in Europe. The bombers traversed the Sea of Japan and continued through the East China Sea and the Philippine Sea. This is to say that all of that Indo-Pacific region belongs to China, and they have the support of Russia. while at the same time, this was China's way of saying that they are supporting Russia against the West, and is also not having an issue with Russia's war in Ukraine. Now, the exercise was something that it included some Chinese Navy ships, I should say. China's Ministry of National Defense also confirmed that this was just a drill called a Joint Aerial Strategic Patrol, which took place over the Sea of Japan, known in South Korea as the East Sea, the East China Sea, and the Western Pacific Ocean, according to a statement posted on the China's Ministry of National Defense official website. But China added that the flights were part of the two countries' annual, they said, military cooperation plan. It's just that they never flown nukes together over the entire region like that ever. Russia's defense ministry, meanwhile, said the exercise lasted 13 hours. I noticed they love that number 13, and that's Illuminati number for sure, and involved Russian Tu-95s bombers and Chinese Zhan H-6 strategic bombers, both of which can carry nuclear payloads. Now, these two countries have conducted several joint military exercises over the past few years, and that most recent being in August of 2021. But Tuesday's joint drill is the first such exercise between China and Russia since the Kremlin invaded Ukraine on February 24th. The senior administration official said that the drill shows that Russia is prioritizing ties with China in the East and South China Seas, not with other Indo-Pacific states. Though Beijing and Moscow pledged a no-limits partnership weeks ahead of the Kremlin's attack on Ukraine, an invasion China has not condemned, there are no indications that China has given military assistance to Russia, according to United States officials. The military exercise also comes as Biden is wrapping up his trip to Asia, and the commander-in-chief is currently, of course, in Tokyo for the Quad leaders' second in-person summit with the heads of Japan, India, and Australia. Biden, whose trip has included stops in South Korea and Japan, has sought to strengthen ties with allies and partners in that part of the region of the world. And so Russia wants to show that they're also in full cooperation with the Chinese, and China is in full cooperation with Russia. This is what's happening, guys, in these end times. This is the kind of stuff that we know is happening, and it proves it's just sad, guys. Yes, Paul makes Russia to be the bad one when it was Ukraine that was shelling Donbass. No, it was. Yeah, you had Russia was bombing Donbass. Russia invaded Donbass and has used Russian separatists there since 2014. I mean, for 8 years, Russia's been there. Russia had already militarily seized Crimea and forced them to basically join Russia. If you call, you freely join when a Russian military walks in, sticks a gun to your head, and you say, yeah, let's take a vote, let's go with Russia. But that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. It really is Russia who is literally bombing the hell out of Ukraine. And it's hell on earth there. They're destroying apartment complexes, hospitals, maternity wards, schools, infrastructures, and bombing civilians, and even using phosphate chemical weapons to incinerate and burn people. They're brutalizing them, raping, and mass graves, and the continual strikes and bombs up on the civilians. You know, Putin's not really attacking the military of the Ukrainians. He'll fight the military when he has to. He doesn't really want to because the Ukrainians actually kill more Russians than they kill Ukrainians. But what Putin's war is, and it is Putin's war, it's been his war since 2014 when he took Crimea, and now he's taking East Ukraine. His war is the war is against the Ukrainian people. He has plainly said that he wants to, quote, denazify them. And, basically, there's a lot of ethnic cleansing going on here. And it's sad. But no, I'm not repeating CNN. I'm not even reading CNN. Okay. I'm being honest with you. I never even look at CNN. I look at the reports from about 10 different news agencies from around the world. And you can basically, when you hear all the different reports, pro and con, you figure out, there's enough there. You figure out what's going on. Plus, I read the Bible. And the Bible said that Magog, or that Rush, is going to make this move. Matter of fact, this is the very region that they're in is what is prophesied they would do in Ezekiel 38. But it's okay. Everybody's entitled to his opinions. I'm not upset with anybody's opinion. I think you have a right to your opinion, and I appreciate it. But I just want to clarify that. And so this is the time we're in. We're in this time of when I think about the 2015 interview I had with the late Dr. Chuck Missler. And it was in October of 2015. And I asked him, what will be the next big prophecy event you think would happen on the world? And he said, Ezekiel 38. He goes, Russia will make the next big military move that will create major war in the world. And it's coming sooner rather than later. Now, that was in 2015. Russia had already made that move as I said, in Ukraine and in Crimea, which was Ukraine, that they took from Ukraine. And I'm just saying, the Russian people, there's a lot of wonderful Russian people. We're not talking about the Russian people. We're talking about the regime of Vladimir Putin, who's actually operating. When you listen to his speech before he made this invasion on February 24th, that it was his manifesto was a weird ideology, but really it was a biblical ideology. He was doing exactly what Gog is said he would do. But the Lord did say he would put hooks in his jaws and draw him in all the way over the hills of Israel on into Israel. So Putin's not done at all. He's not packing up and going home. You've heard the media say he's really having a rough time. The war's going bad for him. He's going to pack up and go home pretty soon. No, he's not. Just like I told you in 2014 when he moved in. Oh, by the way, that's the same year he took Ukraine and went into eastern Ukraine and took Crimea. And that same summer, that same year, he went into Syria. And as I said then, and I still say, he's never going to leave Syria because that's the border with Israel and that's the Golan Heights. So what he has done, he's never going to leave. Matter of fact, he even announced in 2017 that he was done and he was leaving. It's 2022. He's still there. Matter of fact, he's got more Russians there now than he ever did. And he's teamed up with the Iranians. He's teamed up with Turkey. And oh, by the way, he's flying nukes with China. No. No, he hasn't gone anywhere. He's in Syria to stay. And now he's in Ukraine to stay. And he's not done with his advancement. That's why he's creating this globalist. Remember now, he wants a new world order. These are his words. But so does Biden. He just wants a different new world order than Putin wants. But so does China. He just wants a communist new world order. But so do the radical Islamists out of Iran, that regime. They just want a Sharia law new world order. So there's going to be a new world order. Which one of the four? Oh, and the Vatican says that we need a new world order. So which one of the four big ones, the West with the United States and the globalist in Europe and the global elitist in America, who are trying to hijack America right now, Or will it be Putin's New World Order? Or will it be China's New World Order? Or will it be Iran's New World Order? And the bad guys are teaming up with each other because they it's sort of like this. You got 4 strong men. They need to take one of them out. So so 3 will go against 1. And once they get that down, then 2 will go against 1. And then you have the final 2. That's kind of what you see developing. And when you study Bible prophecy, it tells you, yes, Russia has 3 ribs. Thank you, voice of the prophet. It's good to have a voice of the prophet. Daniel 7 tells you that Russia, or the bear, took a bite out of and received 3 ribs in his mouth. Well, they are Georgia, which he'll take back, Crimea, which he has, Ukraine, at least eastern Ukraine, if not the whole country, but certainly eastern. He's got the 3 ribs already in his mouth, and he'll take more. And then it says, and then he was told, arise and devour much flesh. So in other words, he's not stopping there. He doesn't stop with just the first 3. Those are in his mouth in the prophecy, but then he's told to go and devour much flesh. And you'll see that what this bear is doing, he's not fighting a military war. He's fighting a war against the civilians. He is at war. He's not fighting a conventional war. He's fighting war, all-out war upon people. And so, but he's fulfilling Bible prophecy. The Bible said it 3,000 years ago it was going to happen, and it is. So, yeah, we're witnessing the scriptures, and that's why we take a look at the current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Because in the Bible, we were warned, we were told that these days would come. And they have. And they're not backing away, apparently, but instead they're intensifying. I'll be right back. The earth can shake, the sky come down, the mountains all fall to the ground, but I will fear none of those things. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Dark waters rise, the thunder pounds, the wheels of war are going round, and all the walls are crumbling. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. The wind will blow, the rain can pour, the deluge break, the tempest roar. But in that storm, my spirit sings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Oh, yes. Aren't you glad? Psalms 91. Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. But Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. On that day, you call for me. Someday when time no more shall be. And I say, death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Calm down and get some coffee, Johnny. Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. Now on that day, you call for me. Someday when time no more shall be. Well, I say, death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Oh, that's right. Praise the Lord. Something biblical's going on. Oh, man, I tell you what. Wow. Anyway, it's so good to be here with you today. This is the day the Lord has made. He said, let's rejoice and be glad therein. And I really am glad. Hey, guys, the climate crisis DVDs are in the house. Matter of fact, they're here, and you can order today. We'll ship tomorrow. They're here. And boy, what a great webinar that really was, with Steve Quayle and Marshall Masters and Gil Brazard and Mike from around the world and myself and Bart Begley's film. 6 DVDs and free shipping. And you can place an order for those right now. I think they're $55 is what it costs for the whole complete set of that webinar. 6 DVDs. And you can order them today. We'll ship them tomorrow. Okay. So God bless all of you. Just want to throw that out there for you. And you can still get tickets for the webinar we had over the weekend, Overcoming Evil. Those are available now as we speak. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. We're in the end times. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We're running out of time. Okay. I'll be right back, though, with another update. So stay with us. And I'll be doing a live full show from the studios here at the Salvation Station here in Indiana. And Brock Begley will be here to produce that broadcast for us. That will be at 12 noon. We'll cover everything. Okay. So, but I'll be back in just a moment.